Hi everyone, and welcome to the series How to Resin Gunpla. This series is aimed towards beginners who have never done a resin kit before, because I know there are people who want to get into painting a resin kit, but are intimidated by the work involved. In this series, I'm gonna work on a kit from start to finish, so you can understand all the steps involved. So if you have worked with a resin kit before, you might not find this series mind-blowing, but who knows, you might see things that I do that is different to you, and you might find that interesting. And before we start, I just want to say that what I say and do in this series are my own preferred method. You might not agree with it, or you have better solution for doing things differently. Just know that this is not the only way to work on a resin kit, and you don't have to follow it religiously, step by step, to get things done. There are mainly two types of resin kits: a conversion and a full resin kit. A conversion kit will require a base plastic kit, and usually the resin parts replace the outer armor parts. As for a full resin kit, it doesn't need a base kit, and it may or may not come with a plastic inner frame. For your first resin kit, I would definitely recommend a conversion kit instead of a full resin kit, because a conversion kit is usually very straightforward, and you won't have to deal with weight and fitting issues as much as a full resin kit. So when working on the resin kit, there are 5 major steps. Number 1 is washing the kit. Number 2 is test fitting. Number 3 is sanding and filling. Number 4 is painting. And number 5 is assembly. So the main differences between resin and plastic kits are: first, the resin kits use mold release agents. Second, they don't snap fit like plastic kits. And third, they are denser and heavier. And I'll explain the importance of them in this series. For this series, I'm going to be using this cute SD Cycle Gundam. So let's get started with the unboxing. Once you open the box, you see all the parts inside. Sometimes you get some accessories like metal parts or LEDs, and then a decal sheet. And very importantly, the manual. Sometimes the manual might be missing or is a digital version, so make sure you have a physical copy or you ask the shop to give you a digital version. The manual is very important because you need to use that to do a parts check. Reason being, resin kits are usually casted by hand, and all the individual parts are put into the box by hand as well. So occasionally you get 1 or 2 missing parts because someone forgot to put it in. So make sure you do have every single piece in the manual. And if you are missing a piece or 2, you need to contact the shop that you bought this kit from and see if they will replace a part for you. But if you bought it second-hand or from a smaller shop, you might be out of luck. Next step is washing the parts. This is to remove the mold release agent on the surfaces of the resin kit. Basically, mold release is an oily substance that prevents resin from sticking into the mold when casting. And if you don't wash it and just paint directly on top, nothing will happen at first. But if you do any kind of masking, the paint will come right off when you peel the masking tape. To wash the parts, you'll need some soap or degreaser. It doesn't need to be very expensive, so you can just use any general kitchen degreaser. So once you have your degreaser, you put your parts into a bowl and then just pour the degreaser into the bowl. I see a lot of people who prefer to just soak it and leave it overnight, but I find it way more effective to use a brush to brush the parts individually. It's the same difference of brushing your teeth and just using mouthwash to clean your teeth. Brushing allows you to get into the grooves and crevices and just clean them better. You'll want to wear some gloves when you're working with degreaser, because it's really effective at removing oil. So if you don't wear them, you get really dry hands. And after brushing each part, I can just rinse them in a bowl of water. Once you're done with the rinsing and drying, that's the washing part done. So that's it so far for this part. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how to test fit a kit and adding brass rods, etc. Drop me a comment if you have any questions. So see you in the next one.